Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I have yet another ship with me. I wanted to show you guys what sold over the weekend for me. For reference, this is the weekend right after, I guess, 4th of July. So I was a bit nervous as the week went on, because I'm just like, man, like, when are the sales gonna come in? However, after I finished my books for last week, I actually made $1,400, so I'm not upset about it. I don't even know why it felt like I wasn't making enough. I think I was really trying to go off the amount of sales I was making, but I was really hitting my goal, so it actually worked out. You already know my goal is $200 a day. And last week, clearly, I made that with $1,400. I think I was like $3 shy of $1,400. So yeah, let's just jump right in. So I did make a gross of $777 over this weekend, and then I made a net of $591.87, and I made a total of 29 sales. One was a 7-piece bundle, so that was like chef kiss. I really needed that sale. But I was pretty shocked at like how this weekend went as far as all of my platforms. Poshmark, I came out with 18 sales, which shocked the hell out of me. Like, Poshmark really showed out this weekend, so they definitely get like 5 stars for this weekend. eBay, I only got 9, which I don't know what's going on, but that's okay. Mercari, I got 1, okay, which Mercari has just like plummeted for me. Like, I don't even know what happened, but it's just like plummeted. And then Depop, I did make 1 sale, so I'm always happy to make a sale on Depop, just because it's not really like a platform that I prioritize, and I only really just selectively list over there, so I might collectively have like 50 listings, so I don't expect much. But yeah, let's just jump right in. I did kind of already preset everything up. This is a 7-piece bundle. Ironically enough, all these items are from Free People, so they went in and they created a delicious bundle, and we absolutely love that. However, I did forget to get a large enough, like, you know, thing to put this in, so I don't think I'm gonna package these on camera, just because I really do need to get the box, and since this was a Poshmark sale, I definitely wanted to put it in a box that it can fit and not try to stuff it in a poly mailer. So hopefully you guys have seen everything on the screen that sold. It was a pair of jeans, it was a dress, it was what, 5 tops. So I believe I had it like originally listed at $196, and then they sent me a $105 offer, which made each piece $15. And I was just like, you know what, it's not terrible. So I just was like, I'll just make this $100 and get these 7 pieces out, and that's what I did. So this was a pretty good bundle. Okay, all right, so this is a very recent piece. This is a Outdoor Voices you know, like sweatshirt, I want to say. Now I picked this one up with the hopes of, you know, it sitting like the other one that I got did, because the last one that I got is a size small. This one's a medium, and I did price the other one kind of high, but this one got a lot of attention, and then it sold within like, I want to say like 2 or 3 days. So that just lets me know that Outdoor Voices isn't technically dead. It's really just the size you pick up, because I got the exact same color, the exact same style, and the small gets no attention, but the medium got a lot of attention. But anyways, this sold for $28. I did pay $1.13 for it, so I made a profit of $21.27 after fees and cost of goods. This is a beautiful Maeve dress. This was a pretty decent pickup. I did find it at the Goodwill outlet, and I was a bit nervous because the style looked a little bit dated, but then when I found the stock photo, I'm like, no, it's not dated. It's actually, you know, pretty current. But it just, I don't know, it just didn't really give, like, you know, the style that the girls are wearing now. But I still wanted to pick it up because Maeve has definitely become one of my bread and butters as far as brands that I enjoy picking up, and they do sell for me. Probably need to make a updated bread and butters video. I know someone asked me to make a updated denim jeans video, and I'm definitely gonna put that on the list. I want to start incorporating like different videos, even though I know y'all love the ship with me's and the vlogs. Just probably try to throw a random one in there every now and again, probably on Sundays, really, to give like an extra video. But anyways, so this was a pretty good piece. I think this one took maybe like 2 to 3 months to sell, not that long. but they accepted my offer. So I had it originally priced at $45, and then my bot sent them an offer of $36 with no discounted shipping, and they accepted it. So I did pay $1.15 for this at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $27.65 after fees and cost of goods. This was a super random pickup. The brand is called Anthony Richards, but I really picked this up due to the style. It's kind of like a full zip muumuu, and it was a 5X. So with just those two things alone, I knew that this would sell. And I've been having a lot of luck selling muumuus. I don't pick them up often, but it is a style that the girls love. I'll be honest with y'all, I personally love muumuus. I'm about to be 32 in September, and I wear muumuus. So I get it. I get the hype. But this one did take a little while to sell. I want to say like maybe 3 to 5 months, just because it's been sitting around. And 5X is a pretty good size to look out for, just because they probably don't have that many options on the secondhand market. So when you do find a piece that looks good, I would go ahead and pick it up. Okay, so I try not to get like the simple colors that I typically get. So I got these blue ones for my, I want to say these are, I don't know, whatever medium size. I decided to get this color. I might end up starting to go to this brand, but I'm gonna see first. I'm gonna see how I like it. But anyways, this one actually sold for $20, and I did pay $1.20 for it at the Goodwill outlet. So I made a net profit of $14.80 after fees and cost of goods. This one was pretty disappointing. These are a pair of Guess denim jeans. Now these had a button fly, and then they had like a frayed hem. I picked these up because they were kind of like in style last summer. So they took a year to sell. August would have made a full year. And Guess is a brand that I am really, really picky with. I think I've picked it up a total of maybe like 3 or 4 times, and I think I have 1 piece left, and all of them have been vintage pieces. One was like vintage inspired. I think it was sold at PacSun, but it definitely looked vintage. But I don't really just pick up Guess just to pick up Guess, because it's just not one of those brands. But like I said, this took a year to sell, and honestly, I don't think I would pick it up again to sit there and store for almost 12 months. No thank you. Let me know if you pick up Guess, and if you do, what sells well for you, because clearly these weren't it, even though this style was pretty current. But this one did sell for $25. I did pay $1 for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $19 after fees and cost of goods. This is a JCrew linen sweater. I think y'all actually just saw this on a Goodwill haul that I showed you guys. And this one was linen, and it was a size large, and it was, you know, like a knit style. So I was a bit hesitant just because it was a sweater, and we are clearly not in sweater season. So linen sweaters around this time are probably not the best to get. More so kind of like a spring thing. But I was really happy with this one, and I feel like it had too many factors for me to leave behind. The fact that it was tan, the fact that it was linen, the fact that it was a size large, it just made sense to pick it up, so I did. I know I've heard a few people talk about how JCrew is just not a brand that they pick up because they aren't able to sell it. And I have a lot of luck selling JCrew. Now, I have noticed through the years of me picking up JCrew and testing it out that not all pieces are made equal. So you really have to like really hone in on those keywords, hone in on that style, and just make sure you're picking up what people are looking for. Not just every single piece that you see in JCrew is worth picking up. But yeah, I've went through so much trial and error, so what I'm telling you, please take it, okay? But anyways, this one did sell for $38. I did pay $1.28 for it, and I made a profit of $29.12 after fees and cost of goods. Okay, so these are actually a pair of Lululemon men commission shorts. I picked these up at the bins, and around this time, I think I had like 3 pairs. Not at that same trip, but like around that time, and I was like, why aren't they selling? Like, is Lululemon declining? And this is around the time that people were saying Lululemon was declining, because kind of Viore was really taking a hold of everything, especially in the men's category, hell, in both categories. But with Lululemon. I feel like at this point now that it's like super oversaturated, you have to price it accordingly. So I didn't want to price these too high because I didn't want them to sit that long. However, these did sit for like 3 months, which is actually not terrible. I'm just so used to things getting out the door a little bit quicker. But I think I had these listed at 32. I was looking to get about 20 to 25 for them. Somebody sent me a $25 offer and I was like, perfect, that's exactly what I wanted. So I went on and accepted it. I did receive like $15 offers on it. And I was like, no, these don't have any flaws. So of course I'm not gonna go that low. But this one did sell for 25. I did pay $1.20 for it, and I made a profit of $18.80 after fees and cost of goods. This is actually a brand called REI CoOp. I actually enjoy picking up this brand just because it does sell. Now, I've been finding a lot of men's t-shirts, and I've been picking them up. But I have realized it's time to stop because they aren't going for a lot. And I'll be honest with you, I don't check the comps. I just know that REI CoOp is a sellable brand. I would go ahead and say that this is a filler brand because, you know, it pads my sales. So like, you know, if I'm selling it for $10 or $15, I'm still making a really good profit on my investment because I do get it from the bins. I definitely wouldn't pick this up at a thrift store, but I went on and grabbed this one, and this one didn't take long to sell. I mean, we're talking like 2 to 3 weeks. I had it listed at $18 because I wanted to make about 12 to 15 for it. Somebody came in and sent me a $10 offer, and this was on the day where everything was just incredibly slow. So I was just like, you know what? Sometimes biting the bullet and accepting a little bit lower on an item could bring in more sales. So I went on and accepted it. I feel like a lot of things in my closet aren't really like items that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's only certain brands where I know I can get a good amount for it. But pieces like this, I don't care. They're like throwaway. As long as I'm making a good profit on it, I don't really care. But this one sold for $10. I did pay 98 cents for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $6.07 after fees and cost of goods. This is a Coolie Bar women's top. I had recently picked this one up, and I was pretty annoyed that it was broken. The zipper was broken once I like noticed it, so I had to lower the price on what I initially was gonna, you know, mark it as. But somebody came in and sent me a $18 offer. I thought $18 was okay, and again, this weekend I was really scared because I'm just used to making a certain amount every single day. So when things weren't happening, when I wasn't waking up to offers or sales, I was like, oh boy, I can already tell how this is gonna go. So pretty much every offer, I want to say maybe like 90% of the offers that I received this weekend, I went on and accepted them. It was, I want to say 3 of them that I was just like, no, this is a bit much. Like you aren't even being at the very least reasonable. So I'm not even gonna waste my time. But I went on and accepted it. Ideally, I probably would have got like $30 for this had it not been flawed, but you know, here we are. This sold at $18. I did pay $1.31 for it, and I made a profit of $13.09 after fees and cost of goods. This one was pretty exciting. This brand is called Pistola. Now, I remember picking these up, not this exact style, but picking up this brand like 3 years ago. And I think I had that item for almost 2 years. And I said, I'm never picking up this brand again. Mind you, it was probably like a pair of like pull-on pants. It just probably wasn't a good style, honestly. But when I saw it at the bins and it just looked like it was a current style, I'm like, let me go ahead and try it. So when I got home and I looked more into it, I had noticed that it was still sold on Anthropologie and Revolve. So I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a current style. Now for things like this, I do typically price it a little bit lower just because I want to move it and get it out the door. But since this was a current style, it was still being sold on the website, I thought that I would price this accordingly. So I did price it at $65. My bot sent them a $48 offer and they accepted it. So I was really happy with that because I just listed these, I want to say maybe like 2 weeks ago, if that. Like it was very, very recent. But like I said, it sold for $48. I did pay $1.14 for it, and I made a profit of $37.26 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this is one of those filler brands. This is a Men's Lucky brand shirt. It is like the Venice Burnout. I've sold so many of these, like it's not even funny. They typically would go for about 20 to 25, but I think, you know, the market is super saturated now, so it doesn't go for as much. And I guess it really depends on the style and the color and also the size. So it's a lot of factors that go into what you can get for it. But I still pick these up. I try to, you know, make sure that it is worth picking up. So if this was like a Henley or something like that, I definitely would have got a little bit more for it or a larger size. However, I was okay with this one. They sent me a $13 offer. I think I had it priced at $18. Just because I knew that this wasn't going for much. And I went on and accepted the $13 offer. I did pay 53 cents for this. Again, I think I told y'all the last item that I had that I paid 53 cents for. I think they put it under a different like category and not clothing. So it did bring my cost of goods really low, which is great for me. But I did make a profit of $9.52 after fees and cost of goods. This is an Avenue top. The only reason why I picked this up is because it was 100% linen. This goes back to picking up style-based or fabric-based pickups to help, because Avenue is definitely not a brand that I search out for. I do understand that, you know, having plus size sizes are really good for your closet, because there are people that are not being included with, like, you know, too much secondhand stuff. However, it has become oversaturated, so I try to be very, very, very mindful at what I'm picking up when it comes to a plus size. So this one was linen and it was a size 20. It was a button down, so I didn't price it high because Avenue is not really a brand that, you know, warrants a high price point. So I think I priced it at $20, which would have been a great buy it now price. However, they didn't. They sent me a $15 offer, and I went on and accepted it just because, you know, it didn't have any attention anywhere else. And this is a really, really fast turnaround. Like, I want to say maybe like a week. Like, I just listed this. But this one I did pick up for $1.24 at the outlet, and I did make a profit of $10.76 after fees and cost of goods. This was a super random one. This brand is called Icebreaker. Unfortunately, it says Backwoods on the back, which might be a company, I'm not sure. But I went on and picked it up anyways, just because I was so excited to find Icebreaker for the second time. But I recognize this brand just doesn't sell as quickly as the girls say that it sells for. Like, it's not really on the Ibex or Arterex, you know, level. I think it's still a good brand to pick up because it is like a base layer. They make things out of wool. This one got a lot of attention, and I went in not pricing this high. I think I priced it at like $28 and was looking to get about 15 to 20 for it. But I ended up receiving a $15 offer, and I countered because at this point I had noticed that I was making sales. So I'm like, you know what? We good now, we don't have to settle. So I countered at 20 and they accepted it, which made me happy because this one got a lot of attention on eBay and on Poshmark. So I was just like, why isn't it selling? It's not even priced high. But they went on and purchased it for the $20 offer that I sent them, and I did pay $1.20 for it, and I made a profit of $14.80 after fees and cost of goods. This one was really exciting just due to the fact that I don't think I've had something that got a lot of attention across all of my platforms and as much attention as this one. This is an Eloque skirt. It's super pretty. It has like paisley patchwork detail to it, and you know, Eloque is a plus size brand, so that alone also helped this. But this one had so many views on it on eBay and so many likers. I think on Mercari it had over like 15 you know, likers. I think Poshmark it had over 20, and I didn't price it that high. I priced it at $38 because I was trying to get about $30 for it. And you know, it finally got relisted, and the first person that I'm assuming saw it, they jumped on it. They sent me a $25 offer. I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to counter, but since I had noticed that my bot had been sending out $30 offers and nobody accepted them, I thought, hey, let's go ahead and accept that good old $25 offer. And I'm actually happy that I did because I got it out the door. And literally, as soon as it sold, someone messaged me and they said, "Did this beautiful skirt sell?" And I'm like, yeah. And it's crazy to think, like, you know, you see something that you like, and of course you don't have any money at the time or whatever, but then it just sits and sits and sits and sits, and then you just assume maybe the seller will bring the price down, and they don't. So then you eventually think like, oh, whatever, and then it sells, and then you're like, oh man, yeah, you should have got it. But anyways, this one sold for $25. I did pay $1.08 for it, and I made a profit of $18.92 after fees and cost of goods. This is a sweater from JCrew. It is 100% linen, and it was white, and it was large, and it just had all the factors, so of course I picked it up. JCrew has become one of my fan favorites as of late. It literally went through a dry period for me, and then it just like revved back up, so I love that. The fact that it was linen, you know, the fact that it was white, the fact that it was size large, it just had too many factors going for it, so I was happy to find this at my outlet, and this was a pretty good piece. And it sold for a good amount. I typically don't get anything over $25 for JCrew, so to see that this one sold for $30, I was really happy. I woke up to this sale. I think I must have had it at 38, and my boss sent them an offer and they accepted it. But yeah, so this one sold for $30. I did pay $1.28 for it, and I made a profit of $22.72 after fees and cost of goods. This was a random one. This is Spiritual Gangster. When I brought this home, I actually was upset that it was men's because I didn't even know that they made men's wear clothing, so I didn't price it high just because I wanted it to sell. I think I priced it at $25, and I was looking to get about 15 to 24, mostly 20, but somebody sent me a $17 offer, and you know, I had just listed it. I think this was maybe like a good week or two, so I was just like, yeah, I'll go ahead and accept it, just because, you know, it's nice to get things out the door this quickly. But yeah, I don't know if I would pick it up. I'd probably pick it up again. Let me not even sit here and lie. Fast turnaround, and you know, making a decent amount on it because I got it from the outlet. Definitely not something I, you know, pay more than $1 for, but it was a pretty good pickup. This one sold for $17. I did pay $1.40 for it, and I made a profit of $12.20 after fees and cost of goods. This is a cute little hand knit sweater. I think it's a tunic. I don't know, it could be a dress, it could be a tunic, it could be a sweater, but I've had this one for a while. I want to say probably since like February or March. It is no name, but the fact that it was quilted and you know, it was knit, open knit at that, I thought this would be a good pickup. I try not to price it too high, and then I try to make sure I use the right keywords to bring in the right buyer. And yeah, so this one sold for $20. I think I had it priced at $25. They sent me a $20 offer. I thought that was reasonable, so I accepted it, and I did pay $1.08 for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $14.92 after fees and cost of goods. This is a Crazy Larry pair of pants. I want to say like a good 7 or 8 months ago, maybe not that, maybe like a good year ago. I had came across this brand, and I think the first item sold fairly quickly. The second one sold fairly quickly, so I was like, oh, this is a brand that I need to look out for. So when I saw it in thrift stores, I also picked it up. But this one, oh boy, this one has been sitting for a while. And the main reason how I know when I have an item that has been sitting for a while is when the photo is like highlighted, the first one, and then I don't have like the condition in the description, because I actually implemented that not too long ago. So this one definitely has been here for over about 8 months now. So definitely not a brand that I pick up. I do come across it at the bins, but what I have learned over time since I've been doing, you know, value selling, when I see something that does not sell and I have maybe, you know, 2 or 3 of them, I don't pick them up anymore. I'm not in the business of storing things, so when I see something has slowed down, I promise you I'm not picking it up because it's not about to sit in my closet. But this one sold for $28. I did pay for this at a regular thrift store, so I did pay $5.71, and I made a profit of $16.69 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so moving on to eBay. This is actually the very first item that's sold, and it is from a brand called Saturdays New York. Super random. I only picked it up because it had like a really nice graphic print to it, and the quality of it felt nice. So when I did my comps and stuff, I think it was only selling for about like, I want to say maybe like $40 to $50. So I was just like, I won't price it high. But I was actually surprised that this sold for my full asking price, just because I wasn't expecting it to, and I wasn't expecting it to actually sell so quickly. I want to say this is probably like 2 weeks. So very quick turnaround, and we love that. And clearly somebody was looking for this exact one, and it sold, so we love that. This one sold for $24.99 on eBay, but I did pay $1.14 for this at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $20.30 after fees and cost of goods. I don't know how I've managed to jumble this up, but yeah, we're jumbled. Anyways, this is an LL Bean button-down seersucker top. I had noticed that these were selling for me, so I started to pick them up a little bit more when I saw them at the Goodwill. Even the store, if it's like a decent amount, like $5 or $6, I'd pick it up, because this is a pretty sure bet between $20 to $25 in profit. But at the bins, I will 100% pick it up. But this one, I believe I sent out offers on Saturdays on eBay. Didn't send out any offers on Friday, which is crazy because I made no sales on Friday on eBay. I made literally none. So Saturday I was like, we gotta do something, girl. So I sent out both offers, and you know, I got a few sales from it. Maybe not a few, maybe 8 out of the 9 I got on sale. I think the first item that I showed y'all, that was the only one that didn't sell for a sale price point. It sold for my full asking price. But anyways, the LL Bean top sold for $20.38. I did purchase it for $1.44, and I made a profit of $16.36 after fees and cost of goods. This is a mini Bogan sweater. I think y'all recently saw me pick this up at a Ben's location, I want to say, but I had just told y'all I'm done picking up kids' clothes, and I think it was in my haul. But I was like, you know what? I think I could sell this for at least $20. And it sold, you know, pretty close to that, which I was really happy about, because my whole issue with children's clothes is that I want to make sure that I'm still meeting my metrics. And my metrics, if you're new here, are $15 net profit for any Ben's pickup. So after fees and cost of goods, I want to make a total of $15 on that item. And if I'm not able to make that, then I don't need to be picking it up, you know? Now, y'all just saw a few items that were fillers, but it's just like I really try to hone in on making sure that I stick to that and not just kind of like be out there crazy, because this time last year, I was picking up a lot of those like filler items, things that I can flip for $12, $15, thinking like, oh, you know, a profit is a profit. But I feel like in the grand scheme of things, if you don't have enough items listed, then you'll end up with a lot of those $10 sales or $7 sales, and then you have to sell so many of them just to kind of meet a goal. And I'm kind of like in a place where I want to have a net profit of $15 per piece, so I can have a really good amount of profit. And it just would make sense and not really waste my time, because I feel like anything below $15 in net profit is like a waste of my time. You know, wasting my little shipping label, wasting my paper, wasting my tape. Like, it's too much to consider. But anyways, that one sold for $18.69. I did pay $1.31 for it, and I made a profit of $14.80 after fees and cost of goods. This one was a super fun pickup. This is a Zadig and Voltaire like mini dress. Now, I had a run-in with a sweater that I got from this brand, and it sat for like 6 months. So I said, you know what, I'm not gonna price this one high. This style is a little bit dated, so I considered that when I made my price. So I tried to keep it under $40 and not like be crazy about it. And this one did sell on an offer, and it sold for $33.13. I did pay $1.66 for it, and I did make a profit of $24.94 after fees and cost of goods. And this was a pretty good pickup. I definitely pick it up again. I try to make sure that I put the right keywords, just because this was a dated style. I do think that the the brand helped sell it, but the keywords kind of, you know, pushed it out there a little bit more to other people. But yeah, definitely a brand to look out for. This is a brand called Wonderly. And it's a gauze like midi dress. It kind of looks like the nap dress. I probably should have put that in the damn title, which was not smart of me. But I've been noticing this spring I've been picking up a lot of like gauzy dresses as well. Gauzy dresses, gauzy shorts, like, you know, that gauze cotton wear. It's very lightweight, very breathable. And they've been selling. And I've also been testing out this particular brand. I think I sold a pair of pants, and then I found this dress, so I picked it up, and then I also have a pair of shorts. So I wouldn't say you're gonna get it top dollar for it, but if you are a Bands digger like me, if you come across a brand called Wonderly, I would definitely look into it, kind of look at the item and see what keywords you'd be able to pair with it, because that'll help you when it comes to the listing process. And it's so funny because I was watching another YouTuber this morning, and they were talking about when you're out there sourcing and you pick up a piece, you should know right then and there what you plan on marketing this as. And it made me laugh because I literally was at the bins last week and I came across an item and I'm like, this is not a good brand, but this is a really good style. What keywords am I going to use for this? And then I thought about them and I'm like, okay, we got something. And I was like, okay, that one's good. Then I came across another piece, not similar to that one, but just like another piece where the brand wasn't good. And I'm like, how could I market this without the brand? And I could not find any words. So I was like, I'm not going to be able to sell this, so I'm not going to take it home. But anyways, this one sold for $20.39. I did pay $1.07 for it, and I made a profit of $15.85 after fees and cost of goods. These are some Ralph Lauren pants. Well, Ralph Lauren. This is a brand that I have been having a lot of luck selling. I have gotten a little bit better with what I'm picking up, and I'm just not picking up everything. I had heard Kaylee Elaine talk about it, and of course, she was very specific on what you should pick up from this brand. However, it kind of like, you know, made my antennas go up, and I was like, you know what, let me start looking more into it. And I noticed that the items that I was picking up, they were selling, and I just would get real specific with what I pick up. And I just try to make sure that it's sellable. Literally everything that I pick up now, I make sure that it's sellable. So I'm a value seller. So the goal here is to sell a lot of clothes. So I have to make sure that I'm picking up things that are going to actually sell, and I know how to market these items. But yeah, this was pretty much just like a brand pickup. It was a size 12. They were like a sailor style. So it just had a few factors going for it. And I was just like, yeah, this definitely is going to do well. But this one sold for $25.47. I did pay $1.20 for it, and I made a profit of $20.99 after fees and cost of goods. This is a Talbot's top. Again, I think I was having a slow day at the Vans. I try to stay away from Talbot's because it's one of those brands that actually as of late has been selling, but before that, like, I think it was really the items that I was picking up. But I was able to sell this one fairly quickly. I think this one sold within a month, really. This one sold for $19.54. It was a plus size top. Again, like I say, plus size items are a bit oversaturated, so you want to make sure you have an item that you can sell with keywords. And I was able to do that with this top. It just had a lot going for it, so it was a really good pickup. But again, it sold for $19.54. I did pay $1.07 for it, and I made a profit of $15.53 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this is a pair of Wit Wisdom jeans. Now, this was a skinny, and you already know how I feel about skinny jeans. I try to steer clear of skinny jeans at all costs. It all depends on the brand. But these were in like a really, really good condition. Y'all know how black fades. This one didn't fade. So I can tell that this one hadn't been worn that much. Oh hell, probably worn once and then donated. But it was a size 12, so I thought that alone would help it sell. And they do have that ab technology, so it's kind of like a stretchy waistband. And like I said, size 12, black, and the ab solution. So it was just too good to pass up. And I'm glad I got it because it did take, I want to say like a month to sell, because I do have this one priced at the full asking price. So it sold for $19.98, which lets me know that I ended up relisting this once. But It sold for $19.98. I did pay $1.32 for it, and I made a profit of $16.03 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is the last piece to sell on eBay. These are a pair of Target pants. I believe they collab with Latino something, I'm not sure. But I just thought that this was a really cute style, and I knew somebody would love this just because I've sold something similar to this multiple times. So I try to pick up these type of fun prints when I see them. This one also sold for my full asking price, but it was relisted, so this one did take a month to sell, which is not bad at all. And I did pay $1.35 for it at the outlet, and I made a profit of $15.63 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so moving on to Mercari with my one sale. This is a Chicos linen jacket. It was a size extra large, and the fact that it was Chicos, I mean, Chicos is like a great bread and butter for me. I love selling Chicos, but it was linen and it was an extra large, and it had like this metallic, you know, style. So I just thought, hey, I think this would be a great pickup. This one did take a little while to sell. I mean, we're talking like a good 4 to 5 months. However, Chicos is definitely not a fast mover for me, so I'm pretty mindful at what I pick up and how much I source it. I try to stick to like very specific pieces just because I don't want it to sit too long, and I find that their basics do the worst. So I don't even pick up their like basic tops. I try to stick to like travelers, linen, just like maybe an art to wear style, just something that stands out. And if it doesn't stand out, then I don't bother with it. The sale was on Depop. This is a really cute little Zara like quilted jacket. I don't even know, it's like embroidered, it's a top, it is adorable. But I actually just sourced this, so this one sold within a few days. She sent me a offer on, you know, Depop, and I accept like 80% of the offers over there, and I was shocked that she actually paid. But she paid literally right after I accepted it, and I went on and you know, was happy about it. And she messaged me, was like, hey, how soon could you get this out? I want to take it on a trip with me. And I told her I'd get it out on Monday. So she said perfect. So it ended up working out because we're gonna go to the mailman right after this, so we'll see how this is gonna go. I know y'all watched my vlog and y'all saw me complaining, so I'm gonna go to the original one that I've been going to just because I don't want to have any problems since I do have 30 sales. But this one sold for $27. I did pay $1.05 for it, and I made a profit of $21.61 after fees and cost of goods. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.